Hi everybody.
Hey! Welcome to our new channel.
Yep, that's
Finally
right.
up.
As we've heard other people say, we got the bug. We got the YouTube blog bug
Got
because
the bug.
we've seen so many people making some videos and some great videos. People's stories are really touching and really interesting. And, you know, we just felt motivated to throw our voice out there because we know so many stories. We've seen so many stories. By the way, my name is Mike.
We should introduce ourselves.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah, and I'm Robin.
And, you know, both of us were born and raised as Jehovah's Witnesses, you know.
Yeah, and we did an interview with Mike and Kim, who graciously had us on their YouTube channel.
Yep. Hi, Mike and Kim.
Hi, Mike and Kim. And we talked about doing it back then, and now here we are recording our first video.
Yeah, it's just as time goes on, as we see more and more stories, especially stories coming directly from the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, new things that are going on within the organization, it just really made me think, it made both of us think about what the organization was like when we were growing up and when we were in the organization, and then being out now just roughly about 10 years. And when I say out, we're technically inactive. We're not disfellowshipped, we're not disassociated. We still have contact with our families, although it is limited on their end, I think, for the most part. But we still have contact with everybody. So this is going to be quite the shock to some people when it gets out there, you know. But eventually we know this is what's going to happen. So we've kind of...
We're preparing ourselves for any kind of backlash that may occur.
Yeah.
But we feel like this is so important that we lend our voice to the YouTube community, and so many people are making videos and each one touches us in a, you know, in a different way, and we can relate to almost every video, every person we can relate to in some way. So we felt like others could relate to us as well, and we have lots of stories and we have our own perspective, and you know, our goal is not to, we know that each person has to wake up in their own time, that you cannot force it to happen.
That's true.
Yeah, so, but we know that for those that are questioning and are starting to search on YouTube, that maybe you'll come across our videos and it'll give you the strength to make your own decision about how to leave, and you know, how to prepare yourself for that journey, and that you're not crazy. This organization is crazy.
Not only that you're not crazy, but that you're not alone.
Right.
There's so many people that we've both been in contact with, you know, people that we maybe lost touch with over the years because of us not being active. Maybe they weren't active. We just completely lost touch with people. And then as you kind of reconnect with people, you realize that your story is the same as their story and their friend's story and their mother's story. And it's really interesting, the connection that we all have, because no matter where we are now in our lives, all of those stories are common to us and unique to us, because we are a unique community of people who have survived being in a cult, people who have come out of the on the other side with, I think, a great attitude and a positive, healthy outlook on life, you know, and we're just really thankful that we're at where we are now. And there's some people that we'd probably like to mention, you know, along that line. Some videos that we've seen, some people that we've just really thought they did a great job. They're sincere, and their stories were really interesting and sometimes just horrifyingly sad, but touching nonetheless, and really grab a hold of you and make you realize that our stories are really all connected and all the same.
Yeah, so let's acknowledge some of the people who have made a difference in our life over the past year.
Yeah, I think, well, a lot of people, if you're watching any videos on YouTube at all, you probably know who Mike and Kim are. They really put out such a volume of information that it is really intriguing. You find yourself getting kind of locked in on topics or subjects that you were interested in, and they have all of the literature dating back to since the origin of the religion, since the 1800s. They have so much information, and they're so willing and able to share all of the documents and photocopies, PDF files. So they were really great, really instrumental in showing us, like where to find certain information, old documents. And I'm not talking about apostate literature. I'm talking about the actual documents, old books written by Russell and Rutherford and things that are out of print. So if you're curious about that kind of stuff, Mike and Kim are a great source to go to.
Yeah. We've also really enjoyed Mark and Cora.
They're great.
Yeah, her story was horrifying, first of all. If you haven't gone to their channel, we really suggest that you do. And they also do a lot of research, and they're activists in their country. They live in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Mark has become pretty much of an expert on the blood issue. So he's made some great videos on the blood issue. A lot of research has gone into these videos, and they can be reached as well online or through their page. So you can reach them with any questions, or again, if you want information on any kind of a blood issue especially, I would say go check out their stuff. Their videos are just excellent. They're super sweet people. Their videos are just, they make you want to watch more when you watch one. So just take, thanks Mark and Cora, because your videos were really helpful for us as well.
Yeah. Susan Gaskins, we love her videos.
Great. Susan's videos are so awesome. They're so funny. Again, a lot of information goes into these videos. The one that I thought was really great was about the 144,000. And that was that's a great video series as well that she's been doing. Also, you got to mention John Cedars.
Of course, John Cedars.
A prolific series of videos out there based on old literature especially. He has quite the library of literature, and like Mike and Kim, he has gone through a lot of that literature and breaks it down right from the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society's own publications. So those videos are fantastic also.
We're really enjoying JT and his wife.
Oh, Ex-JW Critical Thinker.
Yes.
Lady C and JT, you guys are just great.
Yeah.
The videos are so well thought out. So for anyone who's really looking at an inside look into the organization, JT was at Bethel for many years. He's also served in positions of oversight regarding assemblies and conventions and that type of thing. And there's some very interesting videos regarding that stuff as well. So I can't recommend that enough. I'm trying to think. There's so many that have just been great. But I guess the point is that everyone who puts a video up on YouTube that we've been able to watch, all of the different faces, your videos are great, and we appreciate them all, and your stories are important, and we will continue watching. And it's motivated us to get involved as well. I mean, this is just our introduction video, but we have a lot of stories to tell, and we will get there.
Yeah, we will get there. And, I was just asking Mike last night, as a matter of fact, what got him started watching all these YouTube videos? Because really, he was the one that started telling me, because we sort of faded and we're just trying to live our life, and, we weren't, thinking about making videos or doing any of this a year ago.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but he started watching these YouTube videos, and I asked him, how did you come across these videos?
Well, very interestingly, it was the JW Broadcasting that got me here. I'm talking about the actual JW Broadcasting.
Yes.
And so I know that once it's available, everything is on YouTube. So just search for JW Broadcasting on YouTube. And I did find the actual JW Broadcasting episodes, but I also found, reviews of the episodes by John Cedars. I think that was the first video series I started watching. the first one that I had really seen. And I was just fascinated because I found someone who kind of thought the way that I thought, looked at things the way I looked at them, had the same type of, I don't know, maybe thinking along the same plane, I guess. So those videos were great, and then they inspired me to watch more. But the kick was that when we had left faded from the organization, there was no JW Broadcasting. There was no video dramas. There was no Caleb and Sophia. There was no movie productions. None of this
We're
exists.
old school. We came from the old school Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, the analog Jehovah's Witnesses, not the digital 2.0 Jehovah's Witnesses we got now. But it's really interesting because I could not have imagined even 5 years ago, and I wasn't even active 5 years ago, but even 5 years ago, I couldn't possibly believe that they would have a broadcasting, which is basically like a television ministry. And having seen enough of that stuff on TV and everything, I know exactly what that is. It is television ministry. And it really goes against everything the organization ever said my entire life growing up. And I found it shocking. I mean, really, it's shocking to those who have been, around that organization, the Jehovah's Witnesses, since the 70s, 80s. Seeing what it is now versus what it was then, it's like night and day. I would say it doesn't even represent the same organization.
Well,
Well, it's changed enough that it looks so different if you're on the outside now.
Yeah, and some of the things that they're showing in those broadcasting, I mean, really, it's shocking to me how they're asking for money and doing things that they said that they would never do. So when we first started fading, I did a lot of research back then, about 10 years ago, and what was available on the internet was certainly nothing compared to what it is now.
There was no YouTube.
No YouTube. There was information available, and there certainly were books that I read at that time. But so grateful now for all the wealth of information and research that people have done. And so we're very grateful to all those people who have put the time and energy into that.
Yeah, and it's also really shown that we really aren't alone. There's people worldwide that share the same experiences that we have. I mean, we're in the United States, living in Florida. So I know our circumstance is certainly different than somebody living in Europe, than somebody living in another South American country or something. I mean, we all have different experiences, but the stories are so similar. I mean, we've all met the same types of people in the organization. So it's just been really good. And actually, that's been super motivational too, to know, wow, we're not alone. And the people's videos that we've been watching, they're encouraging to us to know that, it makes you feel, again, like a part of a group, maybe. You might not even know these people.
We all have a shared trauma, is what it is.
It's like we were at war together. We're in a foxhole together.
Yeah. So we're all healing, and we do it in different ways. And so hopefully we can connect with some of you and keep sharing our stories. And we're going to cover different topics and, just see where it goes. So
well,
this is our first video.
Yeah, just an introduction, but we have some other stuff lined up in the works. And again, the more people that we talk to, the more people we reconnect with from our past, the more we're going to be motivated to share maybe their stories as well. Maybe you'll have a chance to meet some of the people that are our friends and, understand their stories too, because we really do have this bond. And it really is great to see everyone's stories. We thank everybody for their videos. I know I watch a ton of videos on YouTube. So, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody's hard work. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think that's it for our first video. And
all right,
keep watching because we got a lot of stuff in the pipeline coming down the pipeline.
New videos coming soon.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.